How's it going, guys? It's Alberto here from Blue Ridge Detail again. And today we're going to go over an exterior detail with a 1-year ceramic coating and how you can do that right here at home in your own driveway. Today's vehicle is going to be a previous generation Toyota Tundra. The products we're going to use today are going to be handcrafted Ethos ceramic wax. This is a silica-based ceramic. It is not going to be a quartz or diamond, but it is a much more affordable option if you're looking to ceramic coat your vehicle right at home. This is a great product that lasts for at least a year, gives you excellent ceramic protection for your vehicle, which will protect your vehicle from the elements, UV radiation, bird droppings, you name it. It goes on just like regular wax. You can do it with a dual action polisher, which is what we're going to do today. For the wheels, we're going to be using Blackmagic No Scrub pH Balance All Wheel Cleaner. pH Balance, this is very important so that you don't ruin very expensive wheels. It is an excellent product, highly recommended, especially for at-home applications. You can find these at Walmart for next to nothing compared to other wheel cleaners. Again, as always, we'll include links in the description below so you can get access to these products. For the glass, we're going to be using your standard Sprayway glass cleaner in can form. Again, a very inexpensive product you can find right near your home or online. You know, you really can't go wrong with this type of glass cleaner. To clean your glass, we always recommend using an actual microfiber glass towel. Great pairing here will make your job a lot easier and won't take up a lot of your time just trying to clean your windows. For the tires, as always, we're going to use Meguiar's Hot Shine tire foam. It is an excellent product. Goes on really easy and again, very affordable. As always, I always recommend that you use a pressure washer instead of a garden hose when you are trying to detail your vehicle, especially with a ceramic coating. For the pressure washer today, we have a Greenworks 1500 pressure washer. It's been outfitted with quick connects and a different aftermarket 25-foot hose. For the garden hose, we're going to be using the Hercules garden hose. This is a stainless steel variety. It's very durable. Highly recommend getting one of those if you don't want to buy a garden hose ever again. It is also important that you remove any contaminants from the paint first. For that, I recommend some type of iron removal. That way you can make sure that your ceramic coating is actually sticking to your paint and not to the iron flakes that are stuck on your paint. Iron, oils, waxes, they can all prevent ceramic from properly adhering to your paint, and therefore can actually create some problems down the road or end up exposing your paint, really undoing all the hard work that you put into your vehicle. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Always recommend before you get started using that step ladder is if you're able to. Now, this is one of the ways you can tell if the back of your hood looks like it can clear lifting up your windshield wipers, then you can go ahead and lift up your windshield wipers this way. If it looks like it actually is going to hit your hood, what you have to do is bring your windshield wipers from the interior of the vehicle up to the vertical position, and then you can pull them up. But always a great idea so that you can get up into these little crevices and make sure that you can get those lines that end up on the windshield from the wipers off and get it nice and clean. I'm going to be using the Blackmagic No Scrub All Wheel Cleaner. That is again pH balance, very important there. And what you want to do is, so you're not wasting your product, is kind of go in a sweeping motion when you spray it. So get it going, and then definitely want to saturate the entire wheel and tire. But as you see, the sweeping motion is going to save some product so that you're not eating through the spray bottle. As well as the surface of the wheel, you want to get in the wheel, the rim barrel itself. Around the wheel well doesn't hurt either, if you have some to spare. If not, the wheel itself will take care of it. The foam cannon will take care of the rest. Alright, so when you're spraying your wheel off, you want to do it wheel well first, then tire, then rim. Reason being that you want your product to stay on the surface that you're spraying down. If you start at the bottom, you may end up pushing some of the product off. So, just for example. some areas aren't going to completely be clean, and that's okay. We will adjust that in the wipe down later. But what you want to do is get majority of that brake dust and debris out of the way, and you know, that's the purpose of that wheel cleaner. Again, you also want to get the tire nice and clean so that when you apply that tire dressing after the wash, it actually sticks and conditions the rubber instead of just conditioning the dirt on the rubber. Also, you want to make sure that you're spraying down the barrel, and again, if you're worried about getting the barrel clean, you can use a standard wheel brush to get up in there as well, or you can just spray it down and get those chemicals out. In this case, we're just going to focus on the paint today, so we're going to get the outer rim taken care of. Please note that this is a 1500 psi pressure washer. You did see me get pretty close to the wheel. You can do that yourself, but make sure that you continuously move. You do start to chip away paint and damage the surface if you get too close and remain steady on that part. So if you see that you need to spray a little bit closer, you're welcome to do so. Again, 1500 psi, no more. If you have a higher psi pressure washer, I recommend just pulling it away and just get close as you see fit, but don't ever get closer than 6 inches away from the surface with more than 1500 psi. 1500 psi is your highest recommended pressure for any sort of vehicle, period. And we're going to be using a standard foam cannon. This is going to help us get some suds on that vehicle to get all those loose contaminants off of it before we start hitting it with the mitt, so that we're not scratching the paint and marring the paint before we go to apply that coating. All right, so a few tips about the foam cannon. First, we'll talk about what's in here. This is actually a mixed solution of pH balanced soap and the iron removal. I did that so that we could go ahead and coat the entire vehicle, and it would kind of knock off the loose debris as well as get rid of that iron, contaminants, and industrial fallout. So it's kind of a 2-in-1 step. The foam cannon itself, a lot of people may not know how to properly adjust these. This is your air valve up here, and then this is your actual spray valve here. What you want to do is adjust the spray valve to be no more than 1/8 of an inch. I like to keep it a little bit less than 1/8, about that adjustment right there. And then for the air valve, you'll just kind of have to figure out which one works better with your foam cannon. For this particular foam cannon, what I like to do is dial it back to the minimum and then give it about a 1/4 turn, and that tends to be the perfect place to get that really good thick foam. Again, I always recommend that you kind of go down in a downward angle so that the foam is falling on top of the car instead of just spraying directly sideways on it and getting everywhere. Be mindful of what's behind and around your vehicle so you're not foaming up, you know, your pets and your significant others and the plants around. So just be mindful of that. With foam cannons, they do travel quite a long way. Now I see a lot of these YouTube videos talking about washing the car when the foam is on it. Not a good idea. You actually want to spray all that away first before you take the wash mitt to your car. Again, the purpose of the foam is to get rid of that loose debris. So if you take a wash mitt now, you're just going to be knocking that loose debris all over the place. So rinse it down. Doesn't have to be a perfect rinse, but you want to get majority of that soap and debris out of the way before you go in with the wash mitt. So we're going to talk about washing the truck now. We have foamed it up, rinsed it out. I did as much as I could with a pressure washer, but you know, some things just don't come up. This is where the Meguiar's Wash Plus is going to really come in handy. This is an incredible product. It allows you to give your paint a light polish and removes any harsh contaminants that might be stuck to the paint. This really makes life a lot easier when you have things you got to scrub away really tough. What I've done is I foamed up some pH balanced soap and our wash bucket here, and as directed, what you want to do is shake this up kind of like wax, pop that top, and then just do one right across there, And I personally recommend kind of rubbing this into the wash mitt because it tends to kind of stay really thick. So rubbing it in just so you can easily rub it onto the surface of the paint, it helps a little bit. Also helps if you have gloves, but not really necessary. It's not really a harsh chemical or anything like that. And again, this product's going to help with getting really tough to get stuff like that. So you want to do is kind of just smear the product on the surface of the paint and then just give it a good scrub. Now these active polymers in this product are what's going to allow you not to scratch the paint. Normally you would want to just let the wash mitt kind of do the work for you, but this product's going to have some active polymers to separate the paint. Now I did apply some serious pressure to get that off, but as you can see, it didn't take much time when I did apply that pressure. Normally it would take an extravagant amount of work just to get something that had been stuck on there for that long that the pressure washer wouldn't even take off. And then you can also feel afterwards it's a nice smooth surface because again, it gives it a light polish. So this is a really great product for anyone who's got an extremely dirty vehicle. It's been sitting out under a tree, you have sap you have to get off. This is definitely the product to use. You can already see a great difference there just in that one spot that was really dirty. Always a good tip is when you are washing the vehicle, go with the body lines. A lot of people I see, they go with these circles. You don't want to do that. That's going to swirl up your paint. You're going to get really obvious scratch marks as well. Even if you scratch your paint going this way, it is going to be much easier to polish out because it's easier to polish out back and forth scratches than it is swirls. Polishers, they already have a swirling motion to smooth that out. So if you're trying to swirl to remove swirls, you can see how it takes a lot more effort. So let's get this thing cleaned up. You never want to wipe down your wheels before you apply your tire shine because as you can see, foam style tire shine gets on the rims. So let it soak into the rim first, get it in a cool area, and then wipe down the rims. So after your car is completely dry and cool to the touch, you can go ahead and apply your 1-year ceramic coating. Now in this case, as you see, we're going to be applying it with a dual action polisher. If you're doing so, just make sure the pad is nice and saturated if you're using a new pad to make sure that you're not burning up your paint. Now we will be doing a future video that will go more in depth polishing techniques and exactly how to do this on your vehicle. But as you can see, this is a quick example of how it goes on. Hope you liked the video, and I hope that you got a lot of good information from our exterior detail. Please be sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more of our content. If you disagree or have any questions, give us a comment below, and thanks for your time.